I'm gonna just push this up here. I'll try. You don't want your face in, right?
I mean,
You don't care? Oh, okay, shoot.
no.
I'm like,
I
all
mean, as
right.
long as it's,
No, you look beautiful. Move this out the way. I'm gonna bring this next door. Just wash my hands. Okay, so, um, and I will mention salons too.
Good,
I'm gonna mention the ones that you have been to. Yep. Okay, so no one's on, but they can come back and look at this. So you said you went to Diva Curl. Uh, Diva Curl is great. I mean, they're closed now, but they're still great. I love their products. I love more of their stylers. I did love their shampoos until I found something that really worked on everybody's hair. It's really not about black, white, you know, because
Right.
mostly like, white or like Hispanic or, other goes there. We don't tend to go there because our hair is tighter.
Right.
But like where our hair is over a large spectrum. So people are putting us in a category like, oh, African American hair or
Yeah, no.
Afro hair or it's like no, there's white women and from Jewish communities, biracial people with tighter curls too.
Yeah.
And I have black women with looser curls.
Girls, yep.
Yep. So, I forgot to give you the mirror. There you go. So yeah, so you are again. Now my last one was the same. You are low porosity, so it's just that means you just have to take more time on
Right.
your hair. So how many washes are you doing?
So, since going to
Yeah.
Anthony,
Yeah.
I went to like maybe 3 times a week.
Okay, so per day though. I mean per that wash, you do rinse and repeat. How many times? Like one or two
Oh,
times?
how many
or-
times do I wash
Yeah.
when I wash?
Yeah.
Once.
Oh, okay. So because you have more coarse hair, and so there's a misconception now that I mentioned that, because someone was like, her hair's not coarse. So your hair is absolutely coarse. So in cosmetology, that means I can see your straight. You know how I can see it right there. Mine, you can see it looks like thread, but but it's thicker. Like mine is like half the size or even like a third of the size of your strand. So
Oh,
have
really?
you have very coarse hair. So the good thing with coarse hair, once it's hydrated, it flourishes. Yeah.
just
So
get it hydrated.
dehydration is like that's the downfall of coarse hair
Yes.
because your hair will retain its length and everything. And most
Yeah, mine
times,
is very thick.
yeah, yep. So coarse hair tends to be more on the high density side, and it just takes and it's low porosity. So it just takes time. I don't know why I'm parting it that way, but so it takes time to get wet.
Yeah,
that's
I
why
have to
you-
stay under the
Yep.
shower
Yeah.
head for a little bit longer.
So you can actually what one thing you can do is just do like a preliminary wash. So you'll take your when is clarifying day. You'll take your clarifying shampoo. I have to go get more of this. You're kind of just breaking that up and opening the cuticle. So once you see this, you're like, oh, okay, it's washed, it's clean, right?
Yeah, I just
All right.
one time.
So yeah, this is the first time, but I could still feel that
'Cause
it's like
part of it is that I don't use a lot of products. I'm like, I don't need in my head. I'm like, I only need to wash it once because
No.
I'm not using a ton of product on my hair.
you definitely need to because you're coarse. So it's like, it's kind of getting through the cuticle. It's like, okay, it's going through the
breaking it
first
down.
layer, then it really
Okay.
needs to get in there. I can get away with once or twice. But to start with, you should do at least 3 times. And you see how I'm really manipulating your hair?
Yes, like pulling the stuff.
Yep, and that actually helps get the shed hair out. You see how it's like whipped creamy?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not, you don't have a whole lot of buildup, but the clothes, there's no like air pockets. Like it's not big and fluffy. That means you have buildup.
Oh.
So sometimes when people come in, first they have that, first it's like real murky water. like a milky kind of water.
Okay.
Not even, probably more murky than anything. Then the second wash will be more like melted vanilla ice cream, like melted French vanilla ice cream. Like it's yellow tinted. That
Right.
means people use a whole bunch of oils probably or a bunch of products on their
Right.
hair. Cause see, so if you put your mirror up here, you see how it's just sitting on top?
Yes.
That should be laid down.
Oh.
Like it should fall more and everything. So you're gonna see the comparison. So that was kind of the preliminary wash. So that's your
So when
first
I'm
and only
standing
wash.
up and
Uh-huh.
doing it,
Yep.
how do I know that I am good? Like how
Yep.
do you
So
know
when
that
it's not even when it's big and fluffy in your case because of your strand thickness, your coarseness, the product kind of just runs off your hair. So
Right,
when
it's
your
not
hair, and I can
seeping
tell it's
in.
more wavy than curly. So what's going to happen, it's going to lay down flat. You'll see that. So we're going to do,
So is it two of the like am I still or I
Yeah.
clarify once?
always clarify twice.
Clarify twice.
And I'm going to send you a maintenance care plan.
Okay.
You have hard water down there?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay. You can look on your website, but usually I can tell by the way that it, metallic smell,
Oh,
a
okay.
scent. See, even though we have this is a good lather. Even though we have this in your case, see how it's getting more wavy?
Yeah.
See, that's the second wash. And I'm not really getting to your scalp because you're getting a detox first. Yeah, so you've been to Diva Curl, and your hair turned out more afro-like, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the next time you went to
Hair
to
rules.
Dickie, yep. I love his practice and everything.
Yeah.
Were you putting stylers in your hair after you wash?
Yeah.
With his product?
Like either
Okay.
I would put some curl style.
The
Or-
cream, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Or I would try the gel, like Uncle Funky's gel.
Oh yeah,
Sometimes
Uncle
I'll mix
Funky's
the
isn't
two.
for you.
Say it again.
Uncle Funky's isn't for you.
It's
No,
so
it just
light.
sits right on top.
It's like not doing like, what is this gel?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't doing. So then I got the extreme. You know that extreme gel?
Oh, right. Yeah.
But then that was
No, that was
like-
like water. That's likened to what Diva Curl has. So that's another misconception with styling. Like, people think that they have to have wet hair or light hair. Like, oh, it's a thick gel. It's really not a thick gel. It's not. It's like water. If it's like runny. Let me give you an example. I'll give people an example on there. Where is it? There's a couple from oh, this is V, okay. The Dew.
Oh, yep.
So, wet extreme or whatever, extreme hold
Yeah.
is likened to this gel.
Yeah.
Look how it falls off quick,
Yeah.
so people can see that. That's not gonna hold. I already know because that's not gonna hold.
Oh, okay.
It has it looks thick. It's really not. It's just gonna it's kind of gonna foam up in your hair, and it's just gonna it's light for you.
Okay.
So they say, oh, it's thick. It's
What
really
about
not.
Eco style.
No, this is the same.
It's all the same.
It's the same, and yep, I can tell by the way it drops. It just it won't hold.
Yeah. And
It's not gonna hold my fine strands because I have tight fine strands, and it's not gonna hold your coarse wavy strands. We need weight to get
right. I needed to like.
Yep, and the other thing is there's two things. So people always say like, oh, what hair type am I? That's so broad. It's too
Right.
confusing. So two things that people have to pay attention to is their strand thickness, which are more coarse, and their outer surface, where you're not necessarily flat and smooth. You're more rippled on the texture on the strand.
Right.
So we have like a two-part styling. Not two-part styling, but there's two things we have to do. We have to make sure we're smoothing down that strand, then clumping everything together. So with a more wet, product or more humectant based product,
Uh-huh.
it's not gonna smooth down that strand. It's gonna try to
Oh,
clump the curls, and we can't do that first.
got
So
it.
here's the Curly Magic. You use that, and that is just too runny. A lot
Oh
of people
yeah,
use that.
that and Inner Sense are similar.
Oh yeah, yep. Mhm.
And it doesn't hold. I'm like,
Like on our hair, even though we have completely different hair, you can use that as like a primer, sort of like right before, just as a moisturizer.
oh, okay.
You won't need to though. And there are people waiting for that information, but it's going to be in my product companion guide.
Okay. Yeah, my goal has always been simple. I just
Yeah.
want it to be simple. I don't need like watching some of these videos where
Mhm.
like do this and then this and then this.
Oh my
I'm
god,
like, oh
yeah.
my God,
And it's like
that's
4 or 5
not
products.
simple.
Yeah.
It's just too much for me, time wise.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't have that time.
And most of your wash day should be in the shower.
Okay.
Now, styling, I don't recommend styling
In the shower.
in the shower. Like cream, you can apply in the shower because that's just like, it's like your thermal underwear in the winter. I have a video on that.
Okay.
And your gel, you should do outside of the shower because what happens is that too much moisture gets to your hair, and I'm gonna come back on because people will want to know. Yeah, you see all that droplets? Yeah, you definitely need to do it more than probably 3 times. I would say 3 times. Rinse and repeat.
Now, how often do I need to wash within the week?
Just once.
Think
You won't have
I
to
can-
re-wet and apply product and do all that.
I don't
no.
have to do that?
No, you won't have to do that.
Oh wow.
I do like Dickie's his, especially for people that don't wash their hair often.
Mhm.
And that's like boot camp. Like you're washing every day, but
Yeah.
lifestyle won't allow that.
Right. It makes it much harder.
Yeah. Especially living in the Northeast, like that's not gonna work.
Mhm.
You have a dryer at home?
Yeah.
Okay,
I have a hooded one. And
Oh,
then
okay.
I have a blow dryer.
Oh, good. So
I
you
don't
do have a hooded. That expanded kind of plug-in, whatever.
Yeah, I have a plug-in and a hooded
Oh, you
one.
wait, a
I have
plug-in.
two.
A plug-in like the one in front of you, or a plug-in like the
I have the old school.
Oh,
Conair.
okay. Oh, okay. Hard
it on the
top.
table.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
hard
no,
top,
that's
yeah.
perfect. Once that dies, I would get a standing one.
A standard one.
Yeah. Like even feel the difference in your hair.
Oh yeah, it feels very soft.
And that's what your hair it should actually feel softer, but we're in the first stage. I'm not getting to your scalp yet either because I don't want it to be irritated. So what we're going to do, we're putting a professional detox treatment in your hair first to strip your hair down.
Okay.
So a lot of times people, they try to use new products and they're like, oh, this doesn't work. Let me try something else.
Mhm.
But the thing that they should be doing is clarifying first before using anything new.
And
And
that
clarifying often.
cleans it, like starts.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
scratch.
It's setting your foundation. Look how easy your curls went through. Your
Oh,
curls are going to
yeah.
stay like that. It's dry right here, but we still have boot camp. We're in boot camp right now. Yeah, your wash day should only take you from like just wash to, wash and conditioner.
Mhm.
It should only take you half an hour. Now styling, it might take a little bit longer, but it shouldn't. Not for your hair. It's because you're dehydrated.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm always working from the dehydrated state.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think Hair Rules has a detox. I don't think they have a detox shampoo.
I don't
or a
They have
clarifying
a
shampoo?
no curl. I mean, no suds shampoo.
Okay, so we do need sulfates because we start with so much product in our hair.
Right.
So we do need the sulfates to initially.
Right. To
Yep.
cleanse it out. Yeah.
And so people are constantly co-washing. So this is my theory. This is not the case, but this is my theory with what happened with Diva Curl. So they were instructed, the people that used it, instructed, not necessarily like Diva Curl, to use no poo. Now everybody was using no poo. Now they have a low poo too. That would have been a better choice for a lot of people that were probably using it. They were using low poo, then probably using one condition and then kind of leaving it in, and maybe using a wet brush. So over time their hair shaft, it just weakened. So then, no protein treatments, no lathering to really take
Strengthen
out.
it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that is my theory.
So then the hair breaks.
Yeah, because my clients were using Diva Curl. They were using no poo too, but I had them every other week. Yeah, switch off. But now that I found a good hydrating shampoo, I don't really recommend. I recommend other Diva Curl products, but not their shampoos. For certain hair types, anyway.
Right. So you're saying every wash day I need to clarify twice?
Mm-mm. You need to cleanse twice. So every other week you can use a clarifying shampoo. Well, your hard water shampoo. Yeah, it's broken down on your maintenance care plan. So you're not gonna use a clarifying shampoo every day,
okay.
but you're gonna use a hydrating shampoo every week. Mm-hmm. And you'll do it 2 to 3 times.
Because sometimes the hair will feel like not squeaky.
Yeah.
I don't know the term.
And that depends. I know what you're talking about. It depends on what you're using too. What shampoo are you using? Oh, the one that I recommend?
So I had that one that Venetia had, but before that I used is it Kinky
Curly Come Clean. Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna. That is squeaky clean.
Yeah.
So you were using that every week?
At one point I was, but then I switched over.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
So the hydrating one I've been using for maybe about the same time I used the shampoo, the conditioner, so about a month.
I don't necessarily like Come Clean. It's really clarifying, especially if people use a lot of oils and everything. I do recommend that one.
But if I'm not doing all of that,
no, you're just gonna do the undo goo.
Yeah.
And as you see, I'm not starting from the ends because your hair it's not hydrated, but your hair is strong enough to handle it. If people have like color treated hair or it's questionable, their weakness of their hair, I'm like, ooh, let me start from the ends. Your hair is I'm just taking out the shed hair. And this is why I don't start from the ends. And I'll do it with that section so you can see it better.
Okay.
So say if your hair ended right here. Mm-hmm. You see all this hair?
Yeah.
That doesn't reach up here. So it's like, which ends do I start with? The ones here, 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 or here. Yeah. So I like to gather everything together.
And then pull it.
I'll do it on this one. So I like to, and that's just shed hair. So I like to just gather everything first. I'm not jamming the brush through there.
Right. You're taking your time.
Yeah, and then start working like on the outside of the section. Then as I feel it loosening.
Yeah, I feel like once water touches my hair, it detangles.
Yep.
It just,
and it's gonna be even faster. And this step you're not going to have to do.
The detox.
Yeah, you're not gonna have to do this part because it's in salon.
It's good to know my hair is not a lost cause.
No, it's beautiful too. I was just looking. No one has questions. Hey everybody. I'm like, let's see who's on. And these aren't like concoctions. You know, people, it's too much. Take your time back in your grocery bill back. You know, save your olive oil and avocado to eat it. Because that helps. Like I had long haul last year, long haul COVID for a long time.
Oh no.
And I was afraid to eat anything. So what I had salmon and greens. And my hair got thicker. But then the old hair was so weak, I had to do a big chop. I still have to edit that video. You'll be able to put your hair in a puff, curly puff if you want.
Oh, nice.
I'll try the puff cup on you too. All right, you can hop right in the middle seat over there. So you're going to be under the mister for 20 minutes. Okay, I will be back with part 2 after I rinse her hair. Okay, bye.